Hi everybody, and welcome to your May readings by sign. So we're going to take a look at see who's first. We have Capricorn. Welcome Capricorn. Be sure to check out your moon and rising sign for a more complete view of the month. So we just had that total lunar eclipse, solar eclipse happening April 20th, and now we have it followed up by a lunar eclipse on May 5th. And that'll be in the tropical sign of Scorpio or the sidereal sign of Libra. And then we also have a new moon happening May 19th, and that'll be at 2 degrees Taurus in sidereal and 26 degrees in tropical. So your sister sign, any aspects you have in Capricorn could be trined harmoniously with the new moon in Earth. So, and Taurus rules our second house of money. It'll be interesting to see what changes come to the financial system, since that's been forefront in the news lately. And also it'll be in the Vedic nakshatra of Kritika. So that's the first lunar mansion of Taurus. But we'll see. I'll do a further breakdown on the moons as they get closer. Okay, so new moon eclipses bring things into our life. Full moon eclipses usher them out. So I feel like these last 2 weeks between these eclipses are definitely building up to a large release in some capacity. Let's see what Capricorn is focusing on this month. Underneath the deck, you'll begin with the Seven of Water, the Seven of Cups. Okay. Our first card, the Empress. Very nice, ruled by Venus, which is the ruler of Taurus. Six of Fire, Six of Wands. Six of Earth, 2 sixes now. This is your sign. I think actually it is, Six of Earth is moon in Taurus. So this could be pointing towards the second half of the month. And the Two of Air. Okay, Two of Swords. Moon in Libra now. See, the full moon eclipse will be May 5th in sidereal Libra. I'm going to pull one more card, the moon. Go figure. All right. So in tropical astrology, we are, of course, already in the season of Taurus, and Empress has that earth energy that you're akin to. And the 6th being the day after the lunar eclipse, or maybe it is on the 6th where you are in the world, depending on your time zone. But the 6th definitely sees like a payout coming back to you. So the 6 of Earth is a return on an investment, a cash out, something like that. But the 6 of Fire is movement, it's victory too. That's the position of Jupiter and Leo. So it could be, and with the Empress being there, it's full of fertility and wealth and security, comforts, being your own boss. So we have this energy with the ship going towards her. So something is being, again, harvested there. And the Two of Air, the Two of Swords, I feel like this is, the first half of the month. This is the second half of the month. But again, that moon card could be referring to either moon. And with the Two of Air being Libra there, let's keep an open mind that it could be, again, maybe between those two moons, the 6th and the 19th. So with the Seven of Cups underneath the deck, you have a lot of options. You have choices. You have maybe a big decision to make. And it could be some kind of illusion with the moon there too. Things hidden. The Two of Swords also has the figure typically kneeling with a blindfold on. So there could be some uncertainty about what direction to move if you're considering a change, and or maybe you get this money coming in and now you have to decide on what to do with it. If you're not sure how to spend it, how to save it. Let's see if we can get some more information for you in the astrology cards. Pardon my bumblings, I'm still filming this during Mercury retrograde, and that'll go station direct May 14th. So in between those two moons that I was talking about. But it won't be out of its shadow until the end of May, the 30th or 31st, I believe. So could be a sticky month, a tricky month. So proceed with caution. Okay, we've got the sun, though, coming out. That's a good sign. We have Jupiter and Leo here. This is a Leo card. Sun opposing the moon or sun conjunct the moon. And whatever's going on with the moon cycles this month is going to be impactful for you, Capricorn. And then we have the North Node destined to have. That's beautiful. So again, this movement forward with the Six of Wands, victoriously pushing forward. And then we have Sagittarius. Okay, it's your neighbor. Optimism, exploration, and freedom. And I get that sense with the hot air balloon too, of travel. Sagittarius rules long distance travel. North Node. It's like, I don't know why I'm getting this Peter Pan reference, but you know, the second star to the right, straight on till morning, like shooting for the stars here with the Sagittarius. You have a clear direction that where is maybe obscured earlier with the blindfold and the moon. Perhaps this windfall or this return or whatever happens is going to remove a huge obstacle for you, clearing the way, shining the light on the direction. And that obstacle could have been confusion. It could have been not seeing or knowing what's next. And then we have House 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details, the energy of Virgo. Okay, I'm getting the Hermit right now in my mind. Is like, you know, sometimes these things are solitary, not for everybody, but it's still paying attention to. We have 3 sixes now. You know, the sixes showed up twice, and that's not an evil number. It's just the number of carbons, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. It's physical matter. And House 6 being Virgo, another earth sign like yourself and like Taurus, are harmoniously trined with this new moon in Taurus happening on the 19th. So that with establishing something, you're beginning something. You're like breaking ground. You're starting fresh. And Virgo's giving that, you know, it's going to be different from here on out. But paying attention to details, again, reading contracts thoroughly with a fine, you know, read the fine print. And again, maybe holding off on committing to anything until the second half of May or after this new moon, because the 14th, yes, Mercury stations direct, but till it gets moving forward again, and maybe give yourself that, clear the hurdle of the new moon to start something new. Okay, and underneath we have House 2, which is Taurus. So the physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. So with the health card coming up here too, again, self-worth, again, you could be prioritizing that kind of practice, or maybe is where before you were not prioritizing yourself, you had too much on your plate. There was a lot of distractions from what really matters. I mean, your health is your wealth. If you don't have that, then what do you have? So let's move on to some oracle cards for you. I'm going to get your medicine deck card here. Okay, Capricorn medicine deck. The rabbit. Okay, I forgot to mention this in the opening, but the full moon, lunar eclipse, it's the flower moon, but it's also known as the hare moon, right? Hare being a rabbit. And in Chinese lunar astrology, we are in the year of the rabbit. There's also the myth of the rabbit in the moon, across several cultures, the native culture being one of them. And the story there goes is that there was a hunter and he was friends with a rabbit, but he was somewhere he couldn't get food and he was starving. So the rabbit sacrificed himself, threw himself on the fire so the hunter could eat. And the gods immortalized the rabbit in the moon, because some people say if you look up at the moon, you can see an image of the rabbit. And of course, rabbits are linked to fertility and the feminine energy of the moon. We see them around Easter with the eggs and bunnies, you know. So it's fertility. And we have this Empress card too. So some of you could be very fertile at this time, either physically or metaphorically, as far as planting those new seeds at the end of May could go. They could be very fruitful, as this is called the flower moon, since a lot of blooming things are coming to life in the northern hemisphere in the spring. And I gotta get to the rabbit here. All right, so the title of this card is Fear, and immediately I'm thinking again of this Two of Swords and this moon energy, the hidden, the concealed, what you don't see, what you don't know, with the Seven of Cups there too. It can be confusing. We're always uncertain of what's unfamiliar or what we can't see, or what we don't know. So A long time ago, no one really knows how long ago it was, Rabbit was a brave and fearless warrior. Rabbit was befriended by Eyewalker, a witch. The witch and the rabbit spent much time together, sharing and talking. The two were very close. One day, Eyewalker and Rabbit were walking along, and they sat down on the trail to rest. Rabbit said, "I'm thirsty." Eyewalker picked up a leaf, blew on it, and then handed Rabbit a gourd of water. Rabbit drank the water but didn't say anything. Then Rabbit said, "I'm hungry." Eyewalker picked up a stone and blew on it and changed it to a turnip. She gave the turnip to Rabbit to eat. Rabbit tasted it and then ate the turnip with relish. But still, Rabbit didn't say anything. The two continued along the trail which led into the mountains. Near the top, Rabbit tripped and fell and rolled almost to the bottom. Rabbit was in very sad condition when Eyewalker got to him. She used magic salve on Rabbit to heal his great pain and mend his broken bones. Rabbit didn't say anything. Several days later, Eyewalker went searching for her friend. She searched high and low, but Rabbit was nowhere to be found. Finally, Eyewalker gave up. She met Rabbit quite by accident one day. "Rabbit, why are you hiding and avoiding me?" the witch asked. "Because I'm afraid of you. I am afraid of magic," asked Rabbit, cowering. "Leave me alone." "I see," said Eyewalker. "I have used my magical powers on your behalf, and now you turn on me and refuse my friendship." "I want nothing more to do with you or your powers," Rabbit continued. Rabbit did not see that the tears his words were bringing to Eyewalker's eyes. "I hope we never meet and that I never see you again," Rabbit continued. "Rabbit," Eyewalker said, "we once were great friends and companions, but no more. It is within my power to destroy you, but because of the past and the medicines we have shared together, I will not do this. But from this day forward, I lay a curse on you and your tribe. From now on, you will call your fears, and your fears will come to you. Be on your way, for the sweet medicines that bound us together as friends are broken." Now Rabbit is the fear caller. He goes out and shouts, "Eagle, I'm so afraid of you." If Eagle doesn't hear him, Rabbit calls louder, "Eagle, stay away from me." Eagle, now hearing Rabbit, comes and eats him. Rabbit calls bobcats, wolves, coyotes, and even snakes until they come. As this story shows, rabbit medicine people are so afraid of tragedy, illness, disaster, and being taken that they call those very fears to them to teach them lessons. The keynote here is, what you resist will persist. What you fear most is what you will become. Here is the lesson. If you pulled rabbit, stop talking about horrible things happening and get rid of "what if" in your vocabulary. This card may signal a time of worry about the future or of trying to exercise your control over that which is not yet in form, the future. Stop now. Write your fears down and be willing to feel them. Breathe into them and feel them running through your body into Mother Earth as a giveaway. Okay, so again, this has strong connections to the manifestations that you're calling into your life this month. If you're focusing on the negative or what could go wrong or your fears of things not working out, then they won't. I mean, it's as simple as that. So shifting your perspective, again, maybe getting this clarity, taking off the blindfold, sorting through all the options, writing them down, seeing which ones are part of your subconscious that you can work on releasing, that they, probably after this full moon, lunar eclipse, get rid of them, get rid of those fears so that they don't pollute what it is you're trying to attract come the new moon at the end of the month. All right, so we have the moon here. We have this strong connection to these Taurus moons. Let's see what the Queen of the Moon Oracle has for you. But there's a lot of bright, clear skies ahead with the sun shining there. I mean, like I said, the clouds are parting. There's clear direction that will arrive once, perhaps, like I said, write it down. Release it from your subconscious. Get it out of the way. All right, underneath the deck we have focus. That's pretty appropriate. All right. Gaining focus, clarity from that Seven of Cups and Two of Swords energy. And we have action. So focused action, really. Decide on what you want and do it. I mean, it's as simple as that. Not what you don't want. If you're indecisive, the universe doesn't know what to bring you. So there has to be a clear direction, again, a clear path. What you want, set your sights on it, take aim, and move forward. We still have the sun in Aries until just before, I think, May 18th, just before the new moon, because that's at 2 degrees Taurus in sidereal. So we still have a lot of energy in Mars, the first half in Aries, in the first half of May. So that'll help you, support you in taking action. So the card is the time has come to take action. Let go of your paralysis. Let go of your burdens step by step. I am responsible and ready to take action. Sometimes we are afraid to move forward. Again, that fear card is shown up by the rabbit. This is natural. Change can be difficult, and if we have been hurt or have failed before, we are anxious about what may happen if we instigate change. Maybe we think it's easier and safer to just tread some water for a while. Instead of taking joyful action towards the things we truly desire, such as writing a book, undertaking study, accepting a new job, or seeking a better relationship, we balk, we freeze, we do not take the steps we could. And so we remain stagnant, we don't grow. This moon phase encourages us to embrace action. Action is part of our humanity. We are not made to hide and refuse to blossom. And this is the flower full moon lunar eclipse. The companion stone or metal is rhodonite. That's good for, again, anxiety, healing, emotional trauma. It's a pink stone. It works with the heart energy as well. So if there's fear in your heart, try to find the source of it, make peace with it, let it go. And we're going to get an archetype card and an alchemy card. Again, this is my new deck. If you haven't seen my daily messages, I just got this a couple days ago, but it's an alchemy oracle. It's by the same author as the archetype deck, which is the round cards that you're used to seeing. So I'm really thankful and excited to have this new deck. Let's see. Okay, let's see what card. All right, let's start with the archetype card, the healer, number 25. This could be speaking of you, or you're in the presence of one. But I think you're healing your fears. You're healing the insecurities this month as you release them. Healing the wound that precipitated this fear. Again, the action card mentioned, it's because of our past failures that we fear the next step. And this is maybe helping you overcome that wound that prevents action. The title of this card is The Lightworker, the Gifted, the Old Soul. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and is said that this is the source of all suffering and dis-ease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. The wounded healer is not someone who was wounded and is now healed. It is someone who continues to courageously break open the self and ego as a means for deep integration. The image of the serpent is eternally tied to healing and medicine, both Western, the Caduceus, and Eastern, the Kundalini. Study the serpent and its power. So the power to transform. I always talk about snakes. When they outgrow their skin, they have to shed it so they can continue to expand. So there is some shedding, I feel, that is taking place here in the full moon. This almost looks like a full moon here with the eclipse. There's a big opportunity for release here. And some of you might have Chiron in Pisces or Taurus or Scorpio, but those can be, deep-seated wounds from not just this life, but previous lives that you may have brought with you into this carnation that have maybe prevented you from succeeding in the direction you wanted to go thus far. Let's see your alchemy card. We have the Drowned King, Rex Marinus. So that is 49. Makes me think of Neptune, Poseidon. Again, I mentioned maybe Chiron in those water signs, Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio even. So, and this is a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio in the Western tropical system. The title of this card is Ego Collapse, Losing Face, Humility. In alchemy, this archetype of the king is often used as a symbol for the ego, the aspect of the self that is attached to its title, name, and identity. It is said that the drowned king is a required phase in the process of transformation. Only through dissolving who they thought they were is the king able to become who they are destined to be, a kind and benevolent leader. Well, you have the North Node there. So how does the drowning occur? Not voluntarily, that's for certain. Through circumstances beyond their control, the king is brought to their bottom, to their knees. When this card appears, expect a huge blow to the ego, impactful enough that it causes one to turn their life around, prioritizing grace over greed, benevolence over brutality, sovereignty over selfishness. The drowned king eventually resurfaces as a fully changed, benevolent king. The drowned king prevents tyranny and redistributes power. We all must experience this energy from time to time to stay balanced. Wear it like a badge of honor. Water is the main mechanism for the dissolution of the ego. Although the king may kick and scream all the while, eventually their new mantra will be go with the flow. It is really interesting, though, that we do have the king's coronation in England on May 6th, and that's the full moon lunar eclipse the day before. So it really is a changing of the guard. Perhaps, again, a drowning of this old ego. We have the sun here representing Leo, and Leo contains the royal star Regulus, which is means king, or you get the word regal. But anyway, this could be an entirely new outlook. Again, maybe you're drowning that old scared self that was contending with that kind of fear of confidence. I mean, if there's a confidence booster that needs to happen here with the sun, work with the energy of the Leo, then it's certainly available to you. So let's take a look here at some Making Magic cards. Elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. Well, this is also the alchemical symbol of earth, which is your element as well. So if it feels like you're getting swept down a stream, have no worries. You'll land on the banks safely. You'll end up grounded. Powerful power symbol. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. All right, so cleansing, again, bringing up with water. And maybe I mentioned before that some of you weren't prioritizing your physical body, your health there with the house 6 showing up with Virgo. Self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. Okay, so I did mention some of you were struggling maybe with those confidence issues. And underneath, why not? Safe and happy travel, protection from harm when journeying. So if you are going on a trip with that Sagittarian North Node energy, know that you are safe and protected even in these chaotic times of Mercury retrograde. So you'll have safe passage. Okay. Anything else? I'm going to wrap this up for you, Capricorn. Get our little angel cards. See what they can add for us. Okay. Ooh, depth is the first card that came. The rest of these are face down, but this one face up. Diving deep. That Piscean energy with the drowned king there. Okay. Obedience. All right. I always get the sense of Saturn there. Again, these lessons, this humbling experience, maybe the drowning of the ego. It's like, again, you keep coming back to this until it teaches you something. And Saturn's our teacher. So once you learn the lesson, then you're able to elevate. You're able to heal and move on, finally. And then we have love. Okay. So there's no shortage of love this month. Love for self, I get primarily. And then next, compassion. All right, so yeah, have love and compassion for yourself as you're undergoing these big shifts. I mean, eclipse season is no small event. It's they often bring drastic changes in our lives, but it's, I think, for the better. It's a healing. Again, there's a resurrection of the king. There's a new perspective on the other side. Okay, Capricorn, I wish you all the best this month. Take care. You have a lot of potential here for new beginnings. So make sure you're taking care of yourself and prioritizing time alone if you need it. And have a wonderful May. Take care. Bye.